Cop test. Started my bike with the M4 GP19 and I noticed that the cop did not even notice when I started the bike. So that's a good positive start to the ride. Welcome to my channel guys. How is everybody doing? Today we are just going to go on a ride on highway to test the M4 GP19 and see how it sounds. So I had gone on a trip for 4-5 days last week, so I did not ride over the weekend, and after the service I was not really able to check how the M4 really sounds on the highways. I just did one or two short city ride and I could not explore it much because it was around 3000 to 4000 rpm max. But then again, today we will test how it really sounds on the highway. Is it irritating to hear? Is it too loud or is it okay? So we'll see all of that today. There were no cracks and pops with the stock exhaust, but after we removed the resonator and added this new exhaust, I do hear cracks and pops when I'm revving hard. Again, if you see, the cop did not even notice my bike. I did pass through at around 3000 rpm and that time it's not that loud, and also there is ambient noise from other cars, bikes around there, so that's the reason probably he didn't even notice. And this is like the second or third cop on the way. But I'm pretty sure if you're going to rev it hard beyond 4000 plus rpm, and that too you are at first gear or second gear, it does get really loud and that sure would catch attention. The sound is not obnoxious, but it's a decent sound, I would say, with the dB killer. I'm pretty sure if you remove the dB killer it's going to be extremely loud. As such, with short cans these are usually loud. The stock exhaust is pretty subtle. Even if you rev it hard it sounds bassy, punchy, but at lower speeds it's very silent, and I think that's the reason I wanted to change the exhaust to make it a little louder. But if you compare it to the Daytona had a very smooth growl. Even if you rev it hard it sounded very good inside the helmet, but this for some time, like at around 2700 to 3500 rpm, it gets irritating for me. It's not that great, it's not good as compared to a Daytona. My goal was not to make the bike sound really loud to catch attention from others, but for myself to make it a little louder so that it sounds a little bit more bassier and I could hear it when I am riding it. But this one is still pretty loud. I know there are other exhausts like the acrophobic and all which are long can, but they don't look good for me at least. The only exhaust which I really liked was the M4 because it tucks in really nice under the belly, and it looks really good. Doesn't look like something is protruding big like the stock exhaust. But now I'm confused what to do with it, because the stock exhaust is smooth, very silent, doesn't give you feel of riding a superbike, specifically at lower rpms. But then again, at higher rpms I know it will sound a little louder. But I hate the stock exhaust look. It's just too bulky, and compared to the size of the bike the exhaust looks way too big. And I think if you compare it to a Daytona stock or a CBR stock, they are pretty nicely tucked in and look great. But I don't like the Ninja's stock exhaust. It's very fat and big. The exhaust notes that you hear on YouTube are usually recorded videos, and the mic kind of flattens the real sound. But ideally, to gauge how loud it is, you need to be in front of the bike to see whether it is really loud or subtle or not, right? So I would still let you hear the audio and see how it sounds for you. One thing to note is after it crosses around 70-80 speed, it kind of sounds better at higher revs, and after you hit 100-120, the wind noise is so much that the loudness kind of starts getting drowned. So it's not that loud when you are riding fast, but it is loud when you are riding slow. Specifically inside city, when you are riding slow, it's a little irritating. The de-acceleration is actually very good. It's loud and bassy, just like how the Daytona also used to sound. So that part I really like. Now listen to this part where I am at around 3000 rpm. How it sounds. It sounds as if there is a leak in the silencer, as if when you remove the resonator and it sounds very loud. That's how it sounds around at 3000 rpm. I think what might be happening is resonance around 2700 to 3700 rpm. There is resonance that is there in the pipe, and that's why it sounds hollow and metallic versus having the stock exhaust which has the resonator. And now I understand why that resonator was there, because it used to cut down your high pitch and unwanted sounds. So my take is, if you want a smoother sounding exhaust, then the resonator should not be removed, and you just connect a muffler which is good looking and has the dB killer also in it, and that's when it will sound good and bassy. But I have found none which looks good and also connects to the resonator, except I think the Arrow exhaust. I'm not a big fan of the Arrow one, so I did not go for it. Now, regardless of how the exhaust sounds, we stopped there for a bit because the roads were good and wanted to click some pics as usual. So we did click some pics. I gave my phone to my wife to click some photos for me. So we spent some time, around 5 minutes, just revved the engine a bit and then made a move. Now, we are not professional full-time riders, neither do we ride on track. So ride for us means taking some photos, riding on highways over the weekend, and have some tea, coffee in a cafe and just return back. So 2-3 hours over the weekend, I think that's all what we do, and enjoy the bike and the ride. Checking out whether she clicked the photos and videos good or not, so that I don't go back and crib that the angle was not right or this was not right. Yeah, that's me, a little finicky. I have some experience around wildlife photography and doing drone cinematography, so I do teach her some good angles, how to click pics. She does the job well, actually. And if you want to see what wildlife photographs I click, then you can follow my Instagram ID at photo_magic shots. You will be able to see all the wildlife photos I shot, and basically focusing around birds. Today I have removed the magic filter from my DJI Pocket 3 and just used the wide angle lens, and I don't see any softness in the image or any vignetting. So just the wide angle lens looks good for me. I think I should not be using the black magic filter along with the wide angle, because that's when I have the distortion. Came to Silver Oaks Cafe. That's usually the place I come to near Nandi Hills. We just spent some time here, relaxed a bit, had some coffee, tea, and then returned back. I'm going to show you the footage of how it looks like riding back home at night. The highway is really good and it's fantastic to ride at night. Someone had asked me how I'm able to ride with the black visor. So guys, let me tell you that my helmet is from Koda. It's a Koda Tourance helmet and the black visor in it is really great. I barely get only 5% light reduction when I use the helmet visor at night, and I can see through absolutely perfectly. I've been riding with this helmet from almost 2.5 years at night and have had no issues. The glare as well in daytime and at night time goes down drastically, so you can keep your eyes wide open and see through easily. So it's a great helmet because the shell size is also small, not way too big, and the cushioning is soft, so it is comfortable to ride with it. Based on recommendation, originally I had got two empty helmets, both for me and my wife. We tried it for almost 2 weeks, but it caused a lot of headache and pain. It was way too tight. The cushioning was very hard, so I was not able to accustom with it, so I discarded it within 2 weeks and went for Koda, which was good to put. Recently I also tried out Aero helmets. They are also as good as Koda. Softness, specifically the softness part inside your helmet, the cushioning, and that is also easy to put. I tried the AGV. Now that is not soft. It was pretty hard to put it inside your head, specifically the ears and all rub, but that is done for a purpose, because if you're riding on track and doing high speed riding, the cushioning has to be a little hard. But if you're doing a lot of street riding, a little bit of highway riding, then you can get away with other helmets which have a softer cushioning. Now if anyone owns a AGV K1S helmet, the black one, which I intend to buy, just let me know. If you put a black visor, can you use that at night as well? Because that's a big deciding factor for me. I don't like the plain visor, it doesn't look good. That's my personal opinion. I want to use the black visor all time, may it be day or night. So if anyone has it and is using it at night, do let me know. I know we have the other action cameras that are there, the Action 4, the Action 5 Pro, and also Insta360. Now this is a 1-inch sensor DJI Pocket 3, for which I have been bragging about a lot because of the 1-inch sensor. Do let me know how the footage looks like at night. Is it better than the Action 5 Pro, Action 4 and Insta360? Let me know. So we have reached the Dabaspet highway, and this is the best road in Bangalore, I would say. And I stopped here because I noticed a car coming in wrong way. Such high speed cars and bikes goes here, but this guy is coming in wrong way. That's so much dangerous. I don't know when people will get civic sense. I'm not going to do a lot of talking now, so you enjoy the views and also the exhaust note. The light system is really good on this bike. Even in dark places or on highways at high speed, I was able to see through really well. The projection is really good, and these LEDs work really well. So guys, that's all for today. I have to think about what to do with the exhaust. I might need some time to get accustomed with this loud exhaust. I will decide whether I want to go back to the stock or keep the exhaust or change my helmet so that I can hear the exhaust a little less. But I hope you liked the ride. I liked the night ride. You can comment whether you liked the night part or the day part. Thank you and have a good rest of the day.